420 million masks per year. We put a priority at the president's direction on making sure that those that are providing healthcare services to America have the protection to keep themselves and their families safe. And with the legislation last night, with the incredible response among these great private sector companies, and as we mentioned repeatedly, with construction companies around America, even the president's calls to donate their industrial mass to hospitals, it's happening all over America. We know we'll make that need.
So, comme nous avons moins après nouvelles des maladies qui fait ravage dans le moment ça, venez ensemble avec nous regarder. Venez regarder ça maladie a fait et qui ça pays a décidé pour faire dans cas maladie ça.
Tremendous increase in supply, particularly with industrial mass, is now available. We're going to make sure they understand that the supply is greatly expanded thanks to bipartisan legislation and the accomplishment of the president. And the response by these companies is making more masks available. And we're going to make sure healthcare providers are purchasing those. And the federal government will also make sure that our stockpile is properly reflects those increases as well.
So, the president's question, when will those masks be ready for, because they need to be like today?
They're available now. The 3M facility that I was at told me that in January they went to full production on 35 million.
So, comme nous attendons, il y a pile question qu'a posé des masques pour nous mettre dans figure parce que il y a pile monde qui a protégé tête des maladies, il y a besoin de masques, il y a besoin de bagages pour laver les mains, qui les hand sanitizer qui touille maladie. So, nous avons dans la télévision, pile monde a posé question d'un côté il a fait interview avec le président, avec le vice-président. So, on va regarder ensemble avec toujours.
But those resources are now there. We've vastly increased the supply of medical masks, and we're going to continue to put a priority on making sure that we're calling on industry at every level, calling on major suppliers that the president met with this week to make sure that those personal protective equipment are there.
Some of that had to do with the liability of the company. It had a big problem with liability, and much of it had to do with the liability of the company.
Mr. President, thank you. Two for you and one for Dr. Hahn. The American Hospital Association just told NBC News that they need $100 billion in order to address shortages in equipment and other infrastructure there. You just signed two legislative packages. They say it didn't directly give money to address this issue. Why not? And will you commit to making sure
that issue directly with them, and that's a separate issue, but we're looking at that issue very directly.
You make sure and
we're looking at it very directly. Well, we're going to do our best on it, but we're working with Democrats and Republicans on that. We're looking at that very specifically.
Bottom line, people, when Americans expect their lives to go back to normal, will that not happen until there's a vaccine?
Bonjour Cook, bienvenue chérie, bienvenue, bonjour Cook.
We think we have ideas. It doesn't help to say what the ideas are. I would hope very soon. We've pulled together as a nation. People are, for the most part, doing what they're supposed to be doing. The social distancing is very interesting. A whole new term that's become it's become somewhat of a hot term, but people are listening and they're really doing a great job. This country is an amazing country. I think you're up to 141 different countries right now, so it's very uncharted territory. Could have been stopped. Could have been stopped pretty easily if everybody had known about it a number of months before people started reading about it.
You said you didn't.
Excuse me. Before we started reading about it, it could have been stopped in its tracks. Unfortunately, they didn't decide to make it public. But the whole world is suffering because of it.
You did say a few days ago, though, you did have a sense that this was a pandemic that was coming. So why was the United States not prepared with more testing?
We were very prepared. The only thing we weren't prepared for was the media. The media has not treated it fairly. I'll tell you how prepared it was. I called for a ban from people coming in from China long before anybody thought it was. In fact, it was your network. I believe they called me a racist because I did that. it was many of the people in the room, they call me racist and other words because I did that, because I went so early. So when you say we weren't prepared, had I let these tens of thousands of people come in from China a day, we would have had something right now that would have been, you wouldn't have even recognized it compared to where we are. How many people have passed away? How many people have died as of this moment? You could multiply that by a factor of many, many, many. So when you say that I wasn't prepared, I was the first one to do the ban. Now other countries are following what I did. But the media doesn't acknowledge that. They know it's true. They know it's true, but they don't want to write about it. Yeah, right.
For the medical professionals. I wanted to just follow up on John and Caitlin's question. So it's not just masks. Doctors are saying now that they are desperate for other personal protective gear, gloves, other equipment. Governors are saying that they don't have access to respirators and they're terrified. What is your reticence about it?
So, comme nous attendons des gants, pile l'hôpital qui besoin de gants, qui besoin de masques pour mettre dans le figure, et gants pile. Je pense actuellement là à côté de Rétéa, 25 minutes à côté de Rétéa, il y a plusieurs personnes dans l'hôpital qui quarantine, qui étaient là parce que bon monde qui est entré dans l'hôpital qui était une maladie, il pas voulu suivre ça docteur a dit. So docteur non pile risque et nous dit merci à eux tout qui a travaillé dans l'hôpital qui prend qui vient travailler parce que maladie en plus attraper eux même parce que monde qui malade c'est l'hôpital y aller. So yo plus à attraper maladie que nous même qui la cas ou bien qui a travail. On va dire nous va pas attraper pendant nous travail non, mais monde qui a travaillé dans l'hôpital yo plus à attraper et peut-être ça yo besoin plus d'équipement pour yo capable combattre avec maladie ça qui fait ravage dans le pays.
But people, I think, in the media probably don't know that.
Could you explain the gap for the American people and what you're saying here today about there being tens of thousands of tests available, about how there being a huge amount of masks available, and what we're seeing on the ground, which is really the opposite of that. People are saying that they can't get tested even when they have symptoms. People are saying that doctors are telling us they don't have access to vital equipment. Can you explain that gap?
Well, I cannot explain the gap. I'm hearing very good things on the ground, and we're dealing with what they had to ramp up. They had an obsolete system, and they had a system simultaneously that was not meant for this. It wasn't meant for this. Nobody knew there'd be a pandemic or an epidemic of this proportion. Nobody's ever seen anything like this before. I can tell you that what we're doing is we're working with local governments, with states, governors, even mayors, on getting them to be able to get what they need. And the system is starting to work out very well. But we had to break a system, like breaking an egg, because the system we had was obsolete and didn't work. And that was the system we inherited. And now we have something that's really been very good and certainly going to be great for the future, too. Yeah.
Mr. President, there seems to be a backlash building among congressional Republicans and then your supporters about a corporate bailout. In particular, Senator Mike Braun said that this could harken back to 2008, where we're picking winners and losers, and he indicated that he and some of his colleagues may not be comfortable with that. What do you say to that?
Well, we don't want to pick winners and losers. We want everybody to benefit. We want, I think, more than anything else, the workers to benefit. And sometimes for the worker to benefit, you have to go through the company because they have thousands of workers. And if the company goes out of business, no fault of their own, those workers aren't going to be able to receive a check. So look, our ultimate goal are the people. Our ultimate goal are the great people of this country. And we will have things worked out, I think, that are going to be very well. It's a very complex formula. You understand that? It's very complex. But it's working out. I think it's going to be very well. I think we're going to have pretty uniform support for it. Please.
Mr. President, we're hearing the State Department is going to put out an advisory telling Americans not to travel overseas at all. Are you putting in an overseas travel ban?
We're speaking with the State Department later. I can't say right now because I haven't had the meeting yet.
Thank you, President Trump. I wanted to ask Dr. Hahn about today's announcement, if I could. Dr. Hahn, thank you so much. I wanted to ask about Remdesivir, if I pronounced that correctly. Can you say, is it currently approved for use on the virus?
So Remdesivir, and it's a drug made by Gilead that's been in the press. It is currently in clinical trials here and around the world. We also made it available by that approach that I told you called compassionate use, where a doctor could ask the FDA for collect the data, because what we really need to do is understand what the data and science are in order to make the appropriate decision about safety and effectiveness.
So how do you just make sure that it is safe? And I mean, is there any concern at all that it will be safe, considering that it's not going through the normal process and could potentially cause negative effects? Dr. Fauci earlier talked about we do not want to put out anything that could cause negative effects. Is there any concern about those kind of things with this drug?
Yeah, thank you for that question, because I just want to be clear about this. Remdesivir is going through the normal process. We are using our internal processes at FDA to set up with the company the protocols to actually collect the data. And you're right, we need to actually know about the safety and the effectiveness, and that's done through the clinical trial process. So it's those data that are inform the decisions that are ultimately made about safety and efficacy. This is an unprecedented situation. This is a really significant time. And one thing that, with the President's leadership, FDA has done is say, okay, how do we approach these extraordinary times with extraordinary measures, knowing that we have a sacred trust with the American people about safety and efficacy, but still at the same time enable these treatments to get into patients, and that's what we're doing.
Mr. President, one for you and one for the doctors. How likely is it that the 15-day guidance that you have put through will be extended?
I can only tell you the 14th day, and we'll have to see. We'll have indications later on.
Dr. Birx indicated that there are 3 states and 10 counties, if I got that right, where 50% of the cases are focused. Should those areas be doing more measures such as shelter in place?
I think they actually are doing a lot. I mean, I know New York is working very diligently, been very strong. I assume San Francisco is one of the areas, and Los Angeles, and the state of Washington, obviously, that's one that has to be up there. They're all working very hard to quarantine, or words just about the equivalent of quarantine.
What is your plan, sir, for government workers? Are you moving for the government as well to start doing more teleworking?
We are, and we're using the medical term of telemedicine, and it's been incredibly busy, and really, where people don't have to, I mean, some people can't do it anyway. They can't get up, they can't see a doctor. But we're using this, and it's been telehealth, different names, and I will tell you that it's been really successful. It's helped a lot of people out where they don't have to, and they can't, and even from a safety reason, if they are positive, if they are feeling poorly, they can't do it, or we don't want them transmitting anything to anybody else.
Mr. President, if I could, on China, they reported for the first time since the outbreak no new cases over a 24-hour period. Do you have any reason to disbelieve them? And second to that, the National Security Council yesterday put out a tweet.
E sa yon pale nan televizyon, yon pil moun ki bezwen ba eta pou yon mette nan figyo yon. Moun ki bezwen mas pou yon mette nan figyo. Agen mas nan shop yo kon ya pa. Agen pape toalet pa, agen mas. Tout shop yo beske avid wipe. Tout moun geto pon tout sa yo bezwen.
It could have been contained to that one area in China where it started. And certainly the world is paying a big price for what they did, and the world is paying a very big price for not letting them come out. Everybody knows that. We all know that. As far as believing what they're putting out, I hope it's true.
You're supposed to put your hand inside to
Who
rub
knows?
it.
And I hope it's true. I really do.
She has to learn how to put her hand inside and get them. Put your hand in.
For you, and then also for the doctor, if possible, you've been talking about China quite a bit, and you've been talking about the Chinese virus, how if you had heard about this on day one and had more information, possibly you could have stopped it.
Big difference.
Are you thinking about any types of repercussions for China, and are you also rethinking sort of the supply lines for our manufacturing industry?
I don't want to comment on that right now. Yeah.
President, I have a question for you and also a question
He
for
can't.
Dr. Birx.
Li va ka komante nan bagay sa kounya la.
Workers across the
Li
country.
konen si gen ki bagay ki nan China, but
Your former economist said we could see some of the worst job numbers ever. Is the government prepared to see this spike in unemployment?
Worst case scenario, you would have terrible job numbers. If we can get this thing wrapped up and finished earlier, things will go very nicely. And one of the things that working, as you know, one of the elements that is being worked on very much so in the Hill is to keep the jobs going, so that when we do get rid of the virus, we're going to be able to just really, I think, go like a rocket. I think the economy is going to be fantastic. Now, when he said that, he was using that as the ultimate bad outcome. I don't think anybody believes that's going to happen.
Yo, c'est interview à faire avec le président, il a posé le président en question, et puis le président a ba yo réponse des maladies qui ça yo fait, qui ça yo mettre en place pour maladie, qui ça yo fait pour maladie pas venir envahir plus, qui ça président a fait pour moun qui pas gen bagay pour cache-nez, bagay pour mettre dans figure, qui ça président a fait qui côté yo ka joindre yo, et moun qui dans l'hôpital yo qui ça qui gens y a fait joindre bagay ça yo pour yo servir dans l'hôpital parce que plus moun qui besoin assez moun qui travaille dans l'hôpital yo parce que moun qui malade dans l'hôpital yo aller so moun qui travaille dans l'hôpital tant que infirmière docteur yo besoin plus protection so yo t'a demandé côté pour yo joindre bagay comme ça yo.
It's one of those things. It's Congress, you know. It's one of those things.
Should they keep going to the Hill, or should they?
Well, I don't think they're going to that. I mean, I know some where they tested positive, they're in quarantine, and I know Lindsay and many others they didn't test it, but until they got the result, they put themselves in quarantine. A number of people in Congress right now are in quarantine. They don't know the results. When they get the result, they'll either stay there and get better, because people get better. I mean, most people are getting better. By far, the people, you get better. Doesn't mean it's not a tough one. It is a tough one. But no, when many people in Congress have felt not perfect, or they met somebody that wasn't perfect, it turned out to be positive, and they've put themselves in quarantine. Now, I think Congress has behaved unbelievably well in that regard.
On the stimulus, sir, given what is happening in the economy, do you think $1 trillion stimulus is enough?
We'll know about that later on. We'll see what happens. It depends how long. So much depends on what's going on in this room in terms of the medical. If we can stop it in its tracks, the virus, it's plenty. If we can't, we'll have to go back and talk.
Do you support the idea of the government taking an equity stake in certain companies?
I do. I really do.
Which companies?
I'm not gonna say, but I think so. Look, people are coming in for money. In some cases, no fault of their own, but in some cases where they did certain things over the course of the years, including buying back stock. You know, they bought back stock and they paid a high price for it, as it turned out. But maybe I view that as a little bit differently than somebody that didn't, than somebody that built plants all over the United States, of which there were plenty of them too.
Airlines or Boeing, or what are you thinking?
We will be helping the airline industry. We will be helping the cruise ship industry. We probably will be helping the hotel industry. We'll probably be where jobs are created. You don't want to lose industries like this. These are incredible industries. You can't lose them. So we'll be focused on many industries. And I have to say, I can't say it strongly enough, we will be helping small businesses. That's where it's complicated, because there's a lot of small, you know, that's the engine of the country. We will be helping small businesses.
Mr. Relief, 2 members of Congress that have tested positive for coronavirus. These will be votes that you need to pass this $1 trillion stimulus package for the economy. Do you expect this to slow down the delivery of checks for American families? And are you considering any executive action?
There could be. We're looking at a couple of things that I could do. Hopefully we won't need it, but we can do. There's a lot of executive power. If we don't have to use it, that would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. One for you, and potentially as well one for Dr. Adams. Right now, the economy is essentially ground to a halt.
Thanks for telling us. We appreciate it.
Bonjour Michela, bonjour chérie, bienvenue, bienvenue.
We know that. Everybody in the room knows that.
The question is, how long should those who are either not working right now or business owners who have to make critical decisions?
Moi la caillou Michela, moi pas regarder vidéo qui dit bonne fête à toutes les femmes et moi pas le bas au pouce là et ma make sure moi comme en balle tout.
We'll see where we're going. You're going to see numbers. You've seen the graphs. You're going to see numbers, and we'll be able to let you know. I will say that the American public has been incredible for the most part, not in all cases, but for the most part. So you'll be able to see what's happening over the next, as we say, we had a 15-day period. You'll be able to tell a lot in a week or so, not everything, but we'll be able to see over a period of time.
Okay, and for all the parents that are home right now, this is a question for Dr. Birch or Dr. Adams, who are caring for their children and are curious as to when might my kids be able to go back to school. What do you think is a realistic timeline?
Well, I think all of those decisions are made at the state and local government level, and each state and local government has handled it differently. That's why we put out from the president federal presidential guidance to every single person about what we think is important for the next 2 weeks. And as we look at that data, we'll be able to see if it's having an impact. I think you've all seen the modeling studies. Those were driven by the modeling studies showing that you add these things together, they have a bigger impact than separately. And so those are part of the decision making. We had a whole group of modelers in yesterday. They're compositing all the data together to look at this carefully because everyone has those same questions of what the impact will be and what pieces could essentially be removed and you still have the same level of impact in decreasing the spread of the virus. The absolute key to this, though, is every single American looking at the president guideline and taking it seriously. The acts of selflessness that I am seeing are so impressive across the board. But if even 10 or 15% of the population decides that what they're doing today is more important than the health and welfare of the rest of the Americans, they can spread the virus in a very strong way because you know the level of contagion.
And I have to say, if chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine works, or any of the other things that they're looking at that are not quite as far, but if they work, your numbers are going to come down very rapidly. So we'll see what happens, but there's a real chance that they might work. Go ahead, please. In the back.
Thank you so much. What is your message for some leaders in Latin America, like the president of Brazil, who just on Sunday was taking photos with supporters and encouraging a mass demonstration? And just yesterday, the president from Brazil said that we should not be surprised if we see him in the next few days in a crowded subway in São Paulo or in a bus in Rio, because he is the president and should build the people. What do you think about that? What's your message?
Well, he's a friend of mine, number one, and number two, we had dinner the other night, and everybody said he was positive, and he wasn't positive. He tested negative, so that was I was quite happy when I heard that. But I have no message for him other than he's doing a good job in Brazil. He's doing a good job in Brazil, and he's very popular.
How about encouraging mass demonstration at this moment?
I can't tell you about that. I don't know about that. I have not heard that. He's doing a very good job. Brazil was very troubled before he got there, and the people love him, and it's popular. I think he's doing a very good job.
Mr. President, there are Americans who are traveling abroad who are essentially stuck, unable to come home. We spoke to in Peru, 10 women who, Americans, 10 well, we spoke to 10 American women who were in Morocco, for instance. All the flights have been canceled. Their hotel is shutting down. They literally have no place to stay and no way to get home. They are asking you, they're asking the administration, the U.S. government for help. What can be done?
We know about it. We have groups. We have a group of young people in Peru, and we're working on taking care of that with the military.
So military evacuation?
Yeah, we're looking to take, no, not evacuation. We're trying to get them out. And, they got caught. They were late with their flights. We gave them a period of time. They didn't make it, but we're looking to get them out with military, probably through the military. We have a group of young people, I think young men or young people, could be women also with them from Alabama, the great state of Alabama, and they're in Peru, and we're working on that right now, trying to get them out. It's a large group. It's about 300. We're going to work it out, Jeff.
Mr. President, two sort of foreign policy related questions. In your talk with the G7 leaders earlier this week, did you discuss together ending or postponing the Olympics?
Yeah, we did discuss it. As you know, Prime Minister Abiy was on the call, and that's a big decision for him, and we don't know what his decision is, but we'd live with his decision. It's a tough situation. They've done an incredible job. Japan has done an incredible job on building the venues, getting them built. You've seen so many Olympic venues that have been a disaster over the years where they cost 5 times more than they were supposed to. They weren't ready on time. Japan has been just the opposite. They built it beautifully. They built it for what it was supposed to be built for. But then he got hit with the same thing that the rest of the world got hit with unexpectedly. He has told us that he has not made a decision as to what to do.
And also on foreign policy, have you spoken to the leaders of Saudi Arabia or Russia and encouraged them to stop this flood of oil that is affecting the market?
Well, the one thing I will tell you is that from the standpoint, you always get a little bit torn because, you know, until we became the leading producer, I was always for the person being in the car and filling up the tank of gas, and you'd have gasoline, and the prices were, if they were too high, I would always raise hell with OPEC. And I was always somebody that likes, you know, I never thought I'd see 22 and 24 and $28 a barrel, but that's what we have. And in one way, our consumer is very much helped. It's like a massive tax increase. That's bigger than any tax decrease that you could give. You know, we can give all these big tax cuts, but they're paying so little for gasoline. But on the other hand, it hurts a great industry and a very powerful industry. So I spoke with numerous people that have a lot to do with it, and we have a lot of power over the situation, and we're trying to find some kind of a medium ground. You know, it's very devastating to Russia, because when you look at the whole economy,
Mwen
is
pa
based on
telman
that.
pale an fil paske
With the
mwen vle
lowest
nou
oil
tande
prices
tout
in
sa ka
decades.
pase de
So it's very
coronavirus lan,
devastating to
ki
Russia.
sa
I would say it's
prezident
very
a fe,
for
e
Saudi
ki
Arabia,
sa
but
yo
they're in a
mette en
fight.
plas pou maladie an pa telman envahi tout kote, tout
And
moun
at the
net.
appropriate time, I'll get involved, yeah.
And forgive me if I missed it, what will the Carnival cruise ships be used for?
Well, Mickey called up and he said, if you need them, and we haven't said yes, I'll call Governor Cuomo, I'll call Gavin Newsom, governor from California. I'll call a few of the other governors. They're going to bring it up today because we're meeting through telephone, telephonically, as they say, in a little while at FEMA. I'm going to go to FEMA from here.
Think you can increase hospital beds?
Well, you can increase places to stay. Let's say places to stay, if it works. I mean, you know, I don't know, maybe people will want it, but he made the offer. It was a very generous offer. And he said that he has some ships that would be ideally suited for what we're doing. And certainly they have a lot of rooms. They're big and they have a lot of rooms. So we appreciate it from Carnival.
At what point in the future will any American who wants a test be able to get a test? Because you're talking about not needing a test right now if you're not showing symptoms, but a lot of
Not needing the test.
or only getting tested if you're showing symptoms, but a lot of this.
Well, you should only get. You should. I didn't have any symptoms and I got a test, but I got a test because you people were driving everybody crazy. So that's the only reason. I had no symptoms, but I had a test. And my doctor told me, don't get it, you don't need it. Everybody said you don't need it, but I had to do it because the press was going crazy. And then after I got it, they said, you shouldn't have gotten it, you had no symptoms. You know, the whole thing. So in other words, if you get it, it was no good. But I'm a unique case, unfortunately. But no, people that don't show symptoms and people that have doctors that say they shouldn't get it, I would rely on that. Yeah, I would rely on that.
Mr. President, thank you. I have two questions. Do you consider the term Chinese?
OAN.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I
Thank
have
you
two
very
questions.
much. Treat me very nicely.
Do you consider the term Chinese food racist because it's food that originates in China or it has Chinese?
No, I don't think it's racist. I don't think it's racist at all.
On that note, major left-wing news media, even in this room, have teamed up with Chinese Communist Party narratives. They're claiming you're racist for making these claims about China's virus. Is it alarming that major media players just oppose you are consistently siding with foreign state propaganda, Islamic radicals, and Latin gangs and cartels, and they work right here at the White House with direct access to you and your team?
It amazes me when I read the things that I read. It amazes me when I read the Wall Street Journal, which is always so negative. It amazes me when I read the New York Times is not even, I barely read it. You know, we don't distribute it in the White House anymore, and the same thing with the Washington Post. Because you see, I know the truth.
Hello Lindy, bienvenue, bienvenue.
They don't know what it is. They use different slogans and different concepts for me almost every week, trying to catch something. last week it was
Lundi,
all
moi la
Kansas,
caillou
and
pour le
Kansas,
moment, moi
Kansas,
pas regarder
Kansas,
vidéo côté ou dit. On a regardé comment shop yo yé dans zone côté m'a vivre là pendant maladie coronavirus
I think
là.
I came up with the term. I hope I came up with the term, but it is fake news. It's more than fake news. It's corrupt news. They write stories without calling anybody. They write a story today. I had a couple of stories where they never call me, ever, that I know of. At least nobody tells me. They'll write a story about me without even asking my opinion on something. It's totally fake. I've never seen. I mean, there was a story in the Wall Street Journal today about, about how we
Comme on attend lundi, moi la caillou.
different kind of a job in the forests and lots of things. We argue a lot. But Gavin Newsom's been very, very generous. Andrew Cuomo's been really very generous. I mean, they say we're doing a great job, and everybody's saying, but then you read this fake, phony story in the Wall Street Journal, or the Washington Post is going wild lately. I don't know what happened to them. I guess something happened, like we don't call them back or whatever. But the Washington Post, these are very dishonest media sources. They're very dishonest. And you know what? Someday, hopefully in 5 years, I won't be here, and that'll be fine. I will have done, I think, a great job, because I don't think anyone's done as much in 3.5 years as I've done. I don't think, and the administration. This administration's done a great job, but the press is very dishonest. Well, I think they do. I mean, they're siding with China. They are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're siding with many others. China's the least of it. So why they're doing this, you'll have to ask them. But if we had an honest media in this country, our country would be an even greater place. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We are very excited about. Specifically what we talked about with the chloroquine. I think it could be something really incredible. It could totally depress the times that we had mentioned. Wait, excuse me. It could totally depress any time that we're talking about if it works. There are a lot of reasons that I have to believe. Again, Dr. Hahn is the expert, but a lot of reasons that I would have to think that it could have a very positive effect, or a positive effect. Maybe not very, but maybe positive. I think it's, to me, very, very exciting. And the beauty is, I think I can say this, Steve, the beauty is that these drugs have been out there. So the really danger part of the drugs, especially chloroquine, it's been out there for years. So we know it's something that can be taken safely. So it's very important. Go ahead.
Give me a little bit more information about that, the process by which folks are going to be able to actually use these medicines, because I believe there are at least 2 cited, maybe more. How quickly do you think you will be able to use them? And then if you can update us on the vaccine, I know it's fast track.
Well, the President has asked us to expedite this.
Bienvenue, Big Peter. Bienvenue.
We want to make sure that this is done well and right for the American people. The President is right. With an off-the-shelf drug, we do have a lot of information about the side effects of the drug, so that really helps in terms of expediting. But I want to assure you that we're working as quickly as we can. I don't want to speculate about a timeline at this point. With respect to vaccines, that's in phase 1 trial, as I mentioned. We're expecting that
Big Peter, moi la caillou konya, moi pas bon love nan vidéo qui est les bon compas. Moi je nous à 220, moun qui gade avec 86 pouces. Moi mettons à 87 pouces.
This is a terrific question, and we are really trying hard at FDA to partner with great industry, great academic partners to do exactly that. No promises can be made, but one thing that we're doing is really working hard to fast track as much as possible.
And there are. We're going to have other times to meet. We'll be meeting, hopefully not for very long. I mean, we'd like to see this get cleared up, and we think to me, this was a very important conference, because I really think there's great potential here. And a lot of people are going to be trying it soon, like literally very soon, literally in a matter of days, if not sooner in some cases. It's already being.
Well, c'est bon bagay m'te monter sur channel ou on peut quoi j'aime tande musique ça.
We'll see what happens, but if we can be even partially right, maybe we'll be fully right, but even partially right on it, this whole subject becomes a much more pleasant subject. So thank you all, and we're going over to FEMA now. So I don't know who's going, but we're going to FEMA. We're going to be discussing with the governors and lots of other people. I think that's enough. Thank you.
Bienvenue Free Live, bienvenue.
Well, we just wrapped up the today's
Welcome
briefing.
Free Live, welcome. Sorry, welcome.
We're going to cut off that special report here. As you heard, the FDA is working on a drug to fight the coronavirus. NBC2 will break down everything the president just said, and we will have a full report coming up at 3 o'clock.
Of course, let's change gears and switch.
I just give you the love, I give you the love.
Pat, Mercedes
How about some
Spring?
good news, right? It's nice outside. Yeah, the nice weather continues, everybody, as we check out the live shot here from our tower camera. Sunshine, a few clouds, and warm temperatures yet again, looking for highs right around.
Free Live, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Don't forget. Thank you.
This is the last day that Fort Myers Beach is open, so if you want to escape, as long as you're keeping distance, we have a nice day setting up for you, again, with a lot of sunshine and pretty quiet conditions. Spring starts tonight, by the way. It's still winter. Doesn't feel like it, and it's not going to feel like it for a while as the summer-like heat continues, and that'll also coincide with dry
So
conditions.
comme nous ka wè débat fini, débat nous tap gade a fini, konya se nan nouvel température nou ye konya, ki jan température yo avye.
86 in Immokalee, 83 for Arcadia, and 82 in the Cape, and down towards Golden Gate. All right. On the First Alert Live Doppler radar, we're scanning the skies. Despite the clouds that we're seeing over the peninsula, farther inland, we're dry. We might see a spurt
Map toujou rete sou Chanel mwenye a, pase m'pense moun yo pal fè plus débat sou sa tap pale a, mpa konen ki sa tap vini apre, men yo toujou fè débat sou sa ki sot pale ou toa sou question, yo sot pose prezident, so map toujou rete sou Chanel lan, pou mwen ki sa tap vini apre.
Way off towards the north, that high pressure stays in place. We have that ridge overhead, and so we're going to stay warm, we're going to stay dry here, and we are going to challenge records. Not today. The record for today is 93. That's actually the all-time record for the month of March. We will make it to 90, though. Tomorrow we'll make it to 89. That'll break the record, and then Saturday we'll only be at 88 only. And we actually keep seeing the numbers go down from there as that ridge backs off a little bit, just for a few days into the start of next week. All right, so as we go through the rest of today, we're going to see a lot of sunshine and dry weather and low humidity.
You want to say something?
And those combinations lead us to
You wanna
a
say
bit of an
something?
enhanced fire risk for Lee County.
No?
Everyone's in the moderate category. Lee County, you're in the high category today.
What
What
you
does that
wanna
mean for you? Just be careful if you're outside barbecuing today or using an open flame. And quite frankly, if you can avoid it, that would be best. Upper 80s along the coast, around 90 though for Bonita, the Cape, Fort Myers, and then low 90s farther inland. Great day for the boaters. And hey, if you don't have a boat, I don't have a boat, maybe rent a kayak. Practice social distancing by getting outside and enjoying it. Conditions will be great for that. And at the same time, you'll be supporting local business. Here's the NBC2 First Alert 7-day forecast. Near record heat for tomorrow. We stay warm through the weekend and dry with lots of sunshine and highs in the mid-80s into next week. We'll have more coming up here in just a few minutes. You're watching NBC2.
Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Remember to wash your hands often with soap and water for at
So nou
least
ka
10
wè
to
se
15
sa pou nou fè, lave men nou, pa pede ap manye toune nou, manye genou. Se kon sa nou atrape maladi. Si tout moun ki ap travay ap fè kache, ou bien ap travay, ou renkontre avèk plizye moun, ou pa konen ki eski gen maladi. So pran soin tèt nou, proteje tèt nou. Mwen men mwen travay nan retail, kote ma van bagay. So, mwen toujou ap pran prekosyon, chak sa mtin fè, mwen lave men. Si m bagay tan lan batou nan man lave men, mwen pase hand sanitizer wipes nan men pou m ka netwaye men. So, nou men kap travay pran prekosyon, paske maladyan vwèman nan la riyan, lap fè ravaj. So, pran prekosyon, zanmim yo. Paske mwen patan reme yon nan nou ta pran, men nou konen, maladi pa tombe sou pied bois, se sou chrétien vivant, maladi tombe, et se selman bon Dieu ki kapap geri nou de maladi sa, parce que maladi a fè ravaj, li nan tout peyi. Sel kote mwen pou kote de li rive, se an Haiti, mwen pa fè news telman an Haiti, mwen pa konen stil an Haiti, men rete, prendre soin de tête nous. Pas négliger laver main nous, pas manger visage nous, pas manger bouche. Sou fin manger un bagay, pas mettre main dans bouche, pas mettre main dans tourner, c'est aller laver main pour 20 secondes. Laver main avec de l'eau tiède parce que de l'eau tiède là c'est ça au plus dit, vous lavez moi avec de l'eau tiède et puis lavez moi pour 30 secondes. Moi, je dis 30 secondes, mais c'est 20 secondes. Pour moi-même, moi, laver mes bien fouiller mes pour prendre temps, laver mes pour pas attraper maladie.
Come experience the luxury and lifestyle of Stop with over 30 beautiful models in 8 communities throughout Southwest Florida. Featuring award-winning home designs and luxurious outdoor living spaces. Discover your Stop Dream Home this Friday and Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday noon to 5 during the CBIA Parade of Homes. Find out more at stopdevelopment.com/parade.
Your time right now is 12:54. There's close to 400 cases of coronavirus in Florida. Take a look at these new numbers right here. You can see 390 cases in our state. The Florida Department of Health's website says
So, pour Floride, là, il y a 390 moun qui gen maladie. 390 moun. 390 cases.
A 26-year-old and a 47-year-old. All four of them are travel related. Then in Lee County, there are still 11 cases. Charlotte County still only 1. This brings the total number of cases in Southwest Florida to 30.
COVID-19 is hitting the political world. Republican congressional candidate Ford O'Connell is withdrawing from the 19th seat race. He was hoping to fill Congressman Francis Rooney's seat. The national Fox News analyst says that it was impossible to run the campaign he wanted to run during the pandemic. He will be donating a portion of his campaign funds to
Gen 4 moun qui prend le à voyager. Gen moun qui prend yo ka ba on l'autre moun la main ou bien yo pas connaît si moun nan gen maladie yo pas la avec moun nan parler trop close avec on ti cracher ka ba ou maladie moun nan cracher sou ti cracher ou soit moun nan n'importe ça moun nan ka fait tout parce que yo dit rete loin moun nan pas parler face à face avec un moun que vous pensez qui gen maladie. So kon sa maladie a marché. Moun nan gen li pa konnen gen, la pa lavo, la bo la main, la pote avec ou même qui pa konnen moun nan gen, mais kote ou prend maladie an tout. So gen 370 moun nan Floride lan ki gen.
NBC2 will give you new, accurate information as soon as possible.
All right, let's take a live look if we can. There we go from Fort Myers. This is near the Diamond Head Resort. You can see a lot of people are still enjoying the beach in Lee County, but the clock is ticking as they will close officially at 6 o'clock tonight. But a nice warm but nice day out
Tout
there.
travail, l'homme, toute l'homme yo konya gen l'homme côté yo pa kite moun al la même gen l'homme yo fait men bonnet. Et yo pa vle plus que 50 moun on seul côté a. Yo pa vle en pile moun ensemble. So pou moun pa attraper maladie.
But once we get you into Thursday and beyond, we are right back to that 90-degree weather. I think it's safe to say that
Non, c'est non bête, oui, on dit maladie en sorti. Shot souris, bête parle en créole, shot souris. Oui, il sorti dans bête. Parce que non seulement bête la maladie en est. Parce que moun qui t'a déliré, tout le monde qui mange ça. Mais ça passe à grand monde. Il a fait un monde qui te mange, l'autre un monde qui a attrapé maladie et puis maladie, il pas connaît rien. Il pas connaît rien. Il sait pas tout le monde qui là et puis tout le monde a une maladie. Et mais quand ça maladie a fait ravage dans la rue. On voit jeune gon. Kevin. Pourquoi elle va aller? Allez, non, allez, gon.
I'm Jay Russo from Good Deals Appliances. And honestly, I'm not that good at most things in life. I can't cook. I can't swim. I can't can't sink a free throw to save my life.
O ba yo kon ap gade na televizyon gen, bagay moun kap kebe koule, boisson dan de. Gen bo telefon kan nan men. La peze li me yo, man kal ki es la brele.
Ala konya.
Oh, listen ni tu?
Ala konya si te garçon kap ki fè manger Noël, te garçon te kon jou manger ça. Je suis à tout garçon manger, des blancs. Des garçons blancs. Ala c'est va pour notre fond. Parce qu'on est là c'est va pour.
Gun, ba kwa nan fè bagay, non moun yo a tape maladi. Sa tou fèm jesi.
Bagay. Hay si te nan shot la ki yo manje.
Mba telman kone si te manje bet lan non, ou bien bet lan te... Mba kone ki jen yo a tape, men yo di se nan shot sou maladi a soti. Mwen zon mi zon mwen ap touye mwen moun yo. Zon mwen ap touye.
Bayo dor.
Gran di si ton garçon ki te fè manje ya. E pi fia kouche a garçon, e pi fia me mal kouche a lot nèg te kon ha maladi ap mache. Mwen pa konen se kota opwel. Be mes amoureuses, bagay lan fini, news yo fini, et interview an fini, se plis sou interview am te vle rete pou mte we ki sa yo fe, pou ne a son film kap pase la.
Nothing. Multiple law enforcement agencies are on the search. One closer to finding my way. I found Steve is released there. Where's the
So, merci en pile parce que nous te pran ti temps, nous te vin ban mwen ti love lan, nous te vin gade ensemble avec moi. Merci. Mwen pa konen si nou ka ben nan piscine non, mwen ba tande maladi an nan piscine parce que gen plusieurs moun ki nan lan mer. So, piscine nan gen Clorox la da. La touye maladi a pou lundi. Hello, Coffee Bean. Hello, sister. How you doing? Oui, gan, nan maman esel priye, oui, moun ka priye gan. Après ça, on va pas dire pour prendre maladie, hein, parce que ou pas bon Dieu, maladie va faire tellement pour vivre bon. Ou pas qu'à dire pas prendre. Hein? Oui, c'est ça le bon Dieu, oui, gan. Say hi. Mettez pied à terre. On regarde télévision. So comme nous attendons, grand a prié dans live là. Grand a demandé grâce pour moun qui gen maladie pour yo guéri.
C'est pas que bon États-Unis, ça peut être en Haïti, dans les États-Unis. Seigneur, si on va quitter tout ça, on va quitter bon là dans le on Dieu qu'on y voit pour vivre. Avec l'éternel Dieu d'amour, Dieu compassion. Que compassion pour payer à nos papas. Quand payer à grâce. De pas que nous les mal, il y a plus d'affaires qui payent ça. Dans plus de Dieu, qu'on fait un miracle, qu'on croise les mailles, qu'on nous fait propre, qu'on crase les gars. Dans plus de Dieu, mon Dieu. Fais-nous grâce, s'il te plaît, papa.
What are you eating? Yes, that's Gabby. She's wandering on the floor. She don't want to stay on her chair. Say hi to Auntie Gina. Say hi, Coffee Bean. Say hi. Say hi. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. Your hand is up. Just shake it. Say hi. Yeah, you saying hi? Hi. Yeah. Hi. Ok, grandma fin priye. Mes amis, grand ta priye, m'a parlé dans live là.
Gloire au Seigneur. Gloire au Seigneur Jésus-Christ qui est capable de tout bagaille. On ne va pas faire papa qui dit là. L'aider l'autre, papa qui dit par papa ou papa par la petite. Parce qu'il y a qui fait pour faire pour pays. Pour ça, on attend de nos oreilles nous. Seigneur, il y a un maillot. Pas toucher, mais n'importe qui bagaille. Toucher, Seigneur, n'importe qui bagaille. Nous, Seigneur, ça me tente de dire ça. Faire pas bien. Nous sommes tous en train de parler de tout bon Dieu. Que vous mettez ma l'aise dans la parole de l'Éternel. Vous-même, mon bon Dieu. Que vous mettez ma l'aise dans la parole de l'Éternel.
See? Coffee Bean said you're gonna be on her team. Okay? She wants us to come over for a game night. Are you ready for game night? She said you're gonna be on her team. That's my twins, y'all. That's my twins. I think she looked just like me. No hand in mouth. Ooh, what is that in your mouth? Oh, you eating your peanuts? No, take your hand off. Papa. 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 What is that? What you was eating? Oh, yeah, the chip. Oh, qui j'en prononce lundi chauve-souris? Moi, pas connais non petit. Et bat me connais dire en anglais. No, all my kids doesn't look like me. Rebecca, the oldest one, look like mommy, my husband, mom. And Deborah, I have no idea who she looked like. I don't think Deborah look like me. Oh. But m'pense li celle qui semble avec. Parce que Deborah m'pa croire Deborah semble avec. Rebecca semble avec Maman Jean. Stop moving. Huh? You sleepy. You just eat, so I'm not feeding you a bottle before you go to sleep. Okay? Your booty is hot. Mama. You want to call Grandma? Grandma? Where did they go? Here. Dis bête là les shot souris grand dim qui j'en bête là les grands en créole shot Gandhi bet la ele shot so ba konen. Se shot sweet m konen an kreol, kote m soti a shot sweet m kon tade apre le. Ba konen mwen me Gandhi me shot baga lan ele. No. You the one that dirty my glasses. I barely can see on them. Stop it. Can you leave my glasses alone? You want to wear them? You can't wear them. So here. Say hi. Say hi. I got the glasses on. It can't be on your face. You smiling? No. 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 Ha, here. Here. This can go on your mouth. Cushion. You sleepy. So nou men m'gen pile moun an balak man la, m'gen 4 moun. Dis-moi qui ça nous préparer pour maladie ça, qui ça n'a fait dans moment, est-ce que n'a le travail et si nous al travail qui nous protéger tête nous dans travail là. Nous mettre commenter en bas pour nous dire qui j'en nous protéger tête nous pour maladie ça qui fait ravage pour moment. If you guys go to work, please let me know how you guys protect yourself from the virus that's going around. So comment down below and let me know because I might be doing something wrong while I'm working because for me when I go to work, what I mostly do if I don't have time to go to the bathroom to go wash my hands, I use a wipes, like a hand sanitizing wipes to clean my hands. So let me know what you guys do. If you guys go to work or if you guys doesn't go to work, let me know what you guys do. I know school is closed, so you guys doesn't have school. Some work are closing early, like my job, it closed at 9 o'clock. Yes, that's what I've been doing too. I've been drinking a lot of hot tea and coffee. I don't know, for some reason last night I was craving coffee and I had to buy a Starbucks coffee last night. So what do you do at home, Gina, to protect yourself? Coffee Bean? What do you do at home to protect yourself from the virus going around?
I worried someone might see my bladder so I switched to always discreet. It's shape hugging thread smooth out the back, so it fits better than the pen. And no one notices. Always discreet.
Beanie, 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 beanie. You want another strawberry before you go to bed? Hey, you're not gonna be kicking me, okay? You sleepy, why don't you go to bed? I'm not giving you a bottle because your stomach is still full. Honestly, I already am very hygienic, so nothing new, but I do make sure to take a walk because you don't want to be too. Yes. Cleaning is the best thing you can do right now. Cleaning. I know there's a lot of people quarantining right now. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do anything. But as you said, you taking the walk. Well, that's good. You don't have to stay in the house and doing nothing. What? Why are you looking like that? You're not hungry. It hasn't been 30 minutes since I fed you, so I'm not giving you something else. I don't want you to vomit.
Get flawless, natural-looking color and no tan lines. Jergens.
Sent her thug husband to come and rough me up. Are there jail consequences for talking?
You know, Showers of Sunset, Friday night at 9, only on Bravo.
My biggest worry is that my beef won't be as tender as it normally is when I cook chuck, but I did the best that I could with the time that I had.
I've had this dish a lot. I'm just hoping that I can make it taste good.
I don't do anything for fun. After work, I just come home and sit, relax. Well, I take shower before I go to the kids, but I don't do any activity, but with just the kids. My friend bought them charcoal and a board. So Rebecca been learning how to writing her name, and Deborah's fighting to write her name too. So we've been doing school activity at home.
Polish dish is brisket, rice, margarine, onion with a British mustard right here and a beet and berry sauce.
Thank you both. I've been surprised with how well any.
What you looking? What you looking at? What you looking at? Why you guys always fight? Just sleep. Go to sleep. Go to bed. Oh, what's so excited? Huh? Huh?
She's not raised all the way, but I'm just hoping that the judges can see the direction I'm going in. It's a tough cut to work with.
Ow! Stop. You're hurting me.
Braised greens or a pepper vinaigrette with a little pickle salad on top.
I had the head, and what I did was braise the cheeks. I made a mousse out of the tongue, braise my toes, and vegetables that we got from yesterday.
Where is the tongue in the dish?
So it's actually that mousse, those dots that you see right there.
Oh, right here.
You showing the people your booty. Now sit. Where you going? No.
I've never heard of liquid like tongue.
I don't know. Rebecca's supposed to start school this year, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just staying. I don't know what they're gonna do for school, if they're gonna cancel the whole year of schooling or it's just for the rest of the semesters. Hopefully school open because I want her to go to school. Papa. Pour tout parent qui gen ti moun qui pa l'école yo, m'pense pi bon bagay nou capable faire pour ti moun yo pour le moment, c'est acheter yon tableau avec craie pour yo capable écrire ou bien acheter ti livre. Parce que yo vend ti livre yo dans Walmart, yo vend yo dans Target, yo vend yo online. Acheter ti livre côté yo capable toujours à apprendre pour l'esprit yo pas tellement saut de l'école parce que connaît yo gagne presque 3 semaines. Yo va le faire chita la caille avant si a ouvert l'école pour l'école ouvert. So toujours quitter brain yo active, quitter yo à apprendre toujours. Gen ti moun qui parle l'école, tous les 3 ti moun yo pourquoi à l'école. Premier ado à l'école commencer l'école en août en année ça, but ça nous commencer faire. Yo gen Rebecca gen livre pour lui apprendre lire, livre pour lui apprendre écrire parce que nous bal crayon avec livre côté pour tuer letter yo. So yeah, so kite bring Timon yo toujours active in school. So buy them like a board with chalk so they can learn more.
I chose to burn the brisket because I didn't feel comfortable with cooking that properly in the amount of time I had. I just make something a little different.
What happened?
No one's doing it contemporary Polish food these days. I'm glad it worked out. I think you're cooked in a very
Lundi, m konen junior pa l'école. Est-ce que wap moutre la BCD yo la kay? Lèl retourne l'école pour pas détourner de.
Certainly did not lack flavor because it was full. The chef that we really feel not only had
You
the
wanna say
best
something?
tasting dish, but paid the best homage to the beef was Eddie.
You can't tell by my face.
Somebody's falling asleep.
It's my personal win to win this one specifically. That's one of those moments that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
I have a gift for him. This is an autographed apron from Dario. Dario is waiting for you to appear at his butcher shop for some good hard work.
Congratulations, Daddy. You get to go to Tuscany for a week to stage at Macelleria Cecchini with Dario.
She's gone.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
As I mentioned before, we were very underwhelmed. Every one of you missed the mark in some way.
To be told that everything was bad is really embarrassing. I wish I gave a fan do over.
So, li dormi. Mal font ti lever là, mal mette le coucher.
Cheers, have multiple restaurant empires. I don't know what I got myself into.
I'm excited to introduce myself to these people.
M'a quitté dormir bien pour le ban lever parce que m'gen bagay moi m'gal régler après me camper life là m'gen affaire pour me rendre dans carré. Oh, il dormi. Depuis 6 ans, saute tomber, il dormi. Eh ben, merci à nous toutes qui te prend petit temps ça, qui te vient regarder débat dans le président. Et puis nous te passé petit cal dans news là pour nous qui j'ai température à pied pour rester maintenant. So merci en pile pour tout temps ou